Okay, you are in the kitchen, and
And we see these strange bars.
yes, those bars are for the outside delivery area, and it's a place where the workers can unload trucks without fear of being attacked by the prisoners or the prisoners escaping.
Okay, is there anything that indicates there'd be anything of interest through those bars?
Mainly, now the bars are 1 inch thick and they're spaced every 3 inches. And
I mean, is there a way to lower them? Or how else are they going to get deliveries of food and stuff?
there is. Okay, do not care for this map at all. It's in facing into the room, and that's the mess hall, so that's the door into there. You notice that the bars are stained. Pretty much any food that comes through into the kitchen gets passed through those 3 inch bars.
So they're not exactly bringing cake in here.
Correct.
Okay then. So we have no way, as far as we know, of getting out through the bars without burning like one of the scrolls that we found.
Correct.
Okay, unless anyone objects, I think we move on through the other way out of here.
No objection from me.
Fine with me.
Okay. By the way, Winterbeard, how many scrolls of Dimension Door did we get the other day?
Let's see. You got those from the ghoul, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3. Three of Dimension Door and 3 of Fireball.
Okay, so we're to use one of the Dimension Doors, so that should be down to 2 on the party sheet, right?
Correct. Okay.
Are we able to detect anything listening through this door?
Okay. This door, you kind of notice that the door frame itself is built, and it seems to be built out of one enormous block of stone. And, okay. Um, yeah. It's an enormous block of stone, and you can see that the door slides to the north. Um, However, you're not seeing any control mechanism from this side that would open the door.
Read that last
What a
sentence.
surprise.
Yeah, there's no control mechanism on your side of the door that you can see that will open the door. And quite honestly, from what you can tell, uh, it would be difficult to, shit, wait. Yeah, it would be extremely difficult to chip through the stone. Uh, I'm sorry, you do see a locking mechanism on the doors, and they are locked.
Maybe Sith can try to open it.
Yeah, I can try.
I
Does it
feel
look like something that Sith might be able to unlock?
I feel a disabled device coming on.
1 second before you roll.
Has an inspiration.
Yeah, I use my bardic performance and cheer him on, and he gets a +3 bonus. So just put a +3 in the modifier box, and I'll mark off a round of bardic performance.
How's that?
Doesn't it get 3 on top of that?
I put the 3 in my miscellaneous box.
Don't put it there. It's not a permanent bonus.
Well, I know, I changed it back.
Okay, but there's an actual modifier box in the lower left. You could put it in for just the 1 roll.
Oh, right, yeah. Anyway, it's in there.
Yes, and he rolled exactly what is required to open the doors.
Hoorah.
So, just out of curiosity, let's say we had a fighter archer, a paladin frontliner, a wizard, and a cleric. What would they do at this point?
Dimension door or,
How would they dimension door?
well, that's what I'm saying. Outside of that,
No, I'm saying literally saying how would they get through? Don't you have to see where you're targeting on dimension door? I guess
yeah,
visualize the area, but if you have no idea what the area looks like, or by stating direction. So I guess you can just try to teleport blindly and hope that you don't emerge into something terrible.
yes. Otherwise, they would be, well, they could bash the door. And the door is much easier than the stone wall. But anyway, it opens up into, now this is still the same massive piece of stone. But, you know, there's this little 15-foot corridor to another set of the double doors, and
And so is it just a 15-foot wide corridor right now? To our left and our right, there's walls.
yes, there are.
Traps, let's go.
Yeah, what it is it's a secure swap out for putting prisoners to and from the mess hall. but the control panel is on the other side of the door. And
So secure that our alchemist could just pick the lock.
yeah,
Not super secure.
no. And I'm gonna let him get by with the other roll and not re-roll. And hopefully Fantasy Grounds is going to unmask.
It's a big room.
And give me just a second. And let's see what else. That's all the same. That's the same. Okay. This opens up into the central cell block, as you can obviously tell, and you can see that there's two long lines of cells inside this oppressive stone room. You can see that stone walls separate adjacent cells, and the cells are divided from the corridor with these floor-to-ceiling walls of iron bars that provide no privacy. Nearly all the cells are empty except for leather pallets, metal buckets, and suspicious stains. You see a grate in the floor. There's a grate in the back of the western wall emitting a sour odor. There's a set of stairs leading upwards. And
Okay, well,
you
from where we
can't
can see so far, are there any prisoners in these 4 cells?
not that you can see, but you do hear a little bit of movement coming from the back.
The back being in that direction?
Correct.
I'll mutter to the other two, let's check it out. Let's stick to the outside wall for now so we don't get rushed from multiple directions if something goes wrong.
Okay, and the very next cell is indeed empty.
Okay, well, I assume we move down and check each cell as we go.
Okay, all the cells are empty all the way down to the western wall.
Okay, so then get like over to there.
And you do see, which one is she? And I'm sure she's not wearing a mask. But you see, this lady, she's a lean, strong woman. She's got short black hair and an ugly scar across her brow and nose. And give me a second to make sure I didn't miss a story point. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Hmm. What do you roll to remember something?
I mean, isn't this the huntress that the guy was at with the pard's tail?
You don't need to roll. Yes, this Nestor Benlay in the Enchanted Woods when you met the tigers. Um, Nestor was hunting Calvetta here. And
That we know that that's who this person is yet, correct?
you, um, Nestor had told you that, it was a Chelish woman, had short black hair, and did have the scar against her, across her brow and nose.
I can see her short black hair there, yes. She looks very Chelish, too.
Yes.
What is Chelish? Isn't that like dark skin or something in Pathfinder?
I would believe. Think it is.
Oh, it's from Cheliax, let's see. Dark eyes, dark hair, pale skin.
And she's like,
Talden are darker skin, Chelish are lighter skin, so she'd be very pale with short black hair, apparently, it looks like.
and she's like, hey, you got to get me out of here.
And why exactly would we help you?
Because of what they do to people in this place.
Hmm. You're Kilvasa, aren't you?
She seems a little shocked, but, yes, I am. How do you know me?
Well, we ran across an acquaintance of yours who was more than a tad upset about some of your hunting practices. This kind of seems like it might be justice.
She starts laughing, and, you must be talking about Nestor, then. He's always had a problem with the way I hunt.
I'll just look at her blankly.
And she's like, I was out hunting a few weeks ago and got captured by slavers and brought here. And I've been here ever since watching what they do.
I have a polite look of, and I should care why on my face.
Well, I can help you because, I don't think you're all here by invitation now, are you?
We're not here by invitation, nor are we here by force. Or by being forced, rather. No, that'd still be by force, wouldn't it?
And, you can... Why don't you roll sense motive?
27.
You can tell that she is terrified of this place, and um, you all can see that she. You can see some damage to her cell bars where she's been, trying to pick her way out, and it's just been fruitless. And she's like, come on, you gotta get me out of here. You gotta get me out of here. I will help you out any way I can.
And how could you help us?
Well, that depends on why you're here, but, there's some pretty powerful guards around here, and there's horrible things.
It is a prison.
Oh, it's worse than that. They,
Convince me you don't deserve to be here.
what is my crime? Being cruel while hunting? I was
That would be a
captured.
start.
I was captured by slavers.
Yes, I can see how you're serving as a slave right now, indeed. I say it with a bit of sarcasm.
And she's like, if you only knew what happens here. And she starts to talk about let's see.
Sorry, what does she start talking about?
I'm sorry, give me just 1 second. I'm trying to pull up what she is talking about. And there we are. Okay. Sorry, guys. OTH. Huh. They didn't give me image on them. She talks about the over the past several days, and I mean, she is truly terrified and upset and emotional as she describes this, but over the past couple of days, they have taken almost all of the other prisoners upstairs to the torture chamber. And the blood-soaked twins are the ones that have taken them up there. And the rest of them have had to listen to these terrible death cries echoing down from above. And she...
By the way, something I'm just trying to remember, because she's not, neither she nor Nestor is from the Dreamlands originally, right?
Correct.
So what happens if they die in the Dreamlands? Because is it they found a different route that means if they die they're dead, or do they just go back to the real world like we do?
I'm gonna say that they probably die because they come from a different route. And when she talks about the twins, she mentions that they're Maenads, however you say that. Maenad.
What do I know about them?
You know that they are a primarily seafaring race. Little bit of history. They, on to outsiders, they appear to be extremely reserved, but yet they are rumored to be exceptionally emotional. Um, you know that they're slightly taller than humans, uh, roughly shoulder to shoulder with a half orc. They are physically impressive. Males are usually equal in height, but slightly heavier than females. Thick dark hair on their heads, but they lack any other hair on their body. Um, their skin is covered with flecks of sparkling crystals, giving them a particular sparkle. um, the coloration of these crystals range from pale white to jet black, and many people believe that the coloration is determined by their most powerful emotion. Um, you do know that they are naturally psionic.
They're upstairs, you say.
She couldn't tell you. I don't know where they're at right this minute. All I know is they have been the two that have been taking all the other prisoners up there. You know, I don't know how many of us are left on this floor, but it ain't but one or two.
So basically, what you've said so far is there's these pair of twins that are Maenads, which doesn't really mean a whole bunch besides the fact that it's like saying they're dwarfs or something. Like, that is not that big of a deal. Is that all the information you have? Well, that's not very much so far.
People leave, they go upstairs, we hear screaming, they never come back. If you don't believe me, see who else is here.
I think we will.
Well, I'll be right here waiting for you.
Well, don't go running off now.
Okay, Poppy. You can hear some noise coming from a cell down the hall, and you hear, hello, hello.
I don't know. Who's this guy?
And you see Deanna.
Okay.
Gotta love the female armor. And absolutely.
Does this chainmail bra make me look fat?
Hey, is the description for this one a fat, red-headed, dark-skinned female or something? Just to, So, as we're on categories of, having hotter pictures than the actual result or something?
uh, I'm sorry, I thought that was rhetorical. Yes, I'm not giving you $3, Wikipedia. Sorry, I'm looking up a word. Okay, and she's like, who are you?
Oh, we're just wandering scholars of knowledge. Who are you?
She says my name is, Deanna. And, I guess I'm here because of, the stuff I've done in life. I'm reaping the fate of what I have sown.
What, a nice girl like you? What could you have done?
First of all, does she actually look like her picture?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Granted, not minus the armor and the sword.
And probably the crown. But beyond that, what have the Romans ever done for us anyway?
And, she's, I'm here awaiting, whatever fate my masters determine is appropriate.
From her demeanor, do I have any ideas of what master she might be referring to in the way that she says that?
You think she's probably talking about the denizens of Ling.
How did you get denizens of Lang as masters?
Well, once upon a time I was an Osiran academic, and I had to keep hidden my faith in the great old ones. And, I had to play that part for decades. And, I was, in my research, I was seeking clues about, the older gods and their mythos, and I used a plane shift to come to the Dreamlands. And the minute I got here, I was captured by the denizens of Ling. And they brought me here, and, I know this is just reaping what I've sown, and I figure in the end, the way things have been going around here, uh, I won't be here for much longer.
Huh.
And it's not really,
Do I think she's telling the truth about this so far?
you haven't picked up on anything that would give you an indication that she's lying. Um, she doesn't sound depressed as much as uh, she's accepted her fate and, has pretty much given up on trying to do anything to change it. She knows that
So
she's going to die.
and she's a crazy worshiper of the old ones, you said. Or she said. You said she said.
Yes. And she figures that, this is all punishment from, as believing in the great old ones.
I'll look at her sadly and say, if you're truly repentant, there can be redemption. You can change the path you're on.
Yeah, but, um, this is what the gods have laid out for me, and, who am I
Maybe
to
that
change it?
maybe the whole point was for you to be here and see the dark path you've been led down, and then it was the gods decreed that we would help rescue you from this place. Who are you to question what their works? Perhaps this was the only way to get you to see the light.
Maybe, but, I just don't know anymore.
Well, sounds like that might be a second chance then. If you don't know, isn't that a new opportunity?
Well, it may be.
Well, why don't you think about that for now, okay?
Okay, I'll do that.
I'm gonna try to do a diplomacy check to put it as nicely as I can. See if that influences her way of thinking at all.
Well, it's not like like I said, she's very resigned to her fate, and, she didn't ask you to let her out or, help her escape.
I'm seeing if I can, being as that I'm suffering from a bit of, melancholy as well. I'm trying to see if does she seem to be suffering from the same kind of situation.
No. Uh, she's been here for a while, and over the past few days, she knows that she's going to die, and, until you showed up, there was no hope of her getting out. Um, and truly, with her conflicting religious beliefs right now, she's not sure she wants to.
Well, hopefully she thinks over what we've said, and maybe we can talk to her later on and see if any of it took root.
And searching the rest of the cell block, you do not find anyone else.
Also, You said she was a scholar. How long has she been a scholar? Did you mention a time period?
Um, decades.
Okay, if we assume, being generous, that you were considered a scholar at age like 20 before most people would even graduate university, decades means at least 40 years old. She's human and she looks like that at 40?
Well, hey, Olay of rejuvenation.
Potion of Olay.
Just saying, when I think of like scholar, I don't think of somebody who looks like they're like under 30 there.
I'll have to pull the book and see if I did provide that image or not.
Okay. Well, unless anyone has any other ideas, seems we might as well go upstairs. Maybe have Sith go invisible and go first.
Okay.
Except this time, if we get shit stomped by the dragon again, maybe he can help.
That would be nice.
Okay.
Alright, so I assume we all move up to like over there and are semi-quiet, and Sith drinks an invisibility extract and goes upstairs.
I can do that.
Okay, do your buffs, people. Calvetto's like, you're gonna wish you took me.
Whoa, hang on a second. We can't be there. That's the wrong staircase. Remember? On the other map, went up the staircase on the east side and emerged here. Different staircase. It can't appear at the same spot unless this place is broken in all sort of metaphysical ways we haven't seen any indication of.
Damn it,
Is
you
this the wrong
caught.
spot that we're at?
Yeah, you caught that.
Nice try.
Um. Yes. You remember last time I was bitching about this map?
Yes.
Well,
Were we not supposed to encounter the dragon until we rested again or something?
that is. Well, yes. You went to the. I stuck you on the wrong part of the map.
Last time or this time?
Last time.
I think you're saying last time he basically sent us to like one of the final bosses or something on it, when basically I think it was supposed to be like the first encounter of the day or something versus like the fourth. So we were supposed to have like all of our shit for it instead of like being on the last legs.
Plus possibly also having those two with us.
Also possibly having those. Well, do you trust Cavalda not to like betray us or stab us in the back at this point?
Probably not.
And Diane doesn't seem to want to help at all, so. Well, tell you what, if this looks like it's now the place where Orsophilius is, I'll mention to the other two, how about this as an idea? What if I go down there and basically say, how about this as a little test? Why don't you help us And if we succeed, then that indicates that, you know, this is what the path the gods wanted you to come on. And if we all die horribly, then you were proven right about your initial ideas. We'll put it to the test as a scholar. We'll find knowledge. Any objections?
You talking to us or Winterman?
Yes, I'm asking you two what you think about that idea.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
If you think it'll work.
I
Now,
have no idea.
now, you know, I will admit I screwed up last time, and on the upper floor map, let me unmask it out. I'm going to show you what you did miss.
That would be awful swell of you.
Which are the 3 rooms to the right of you. And not that I think it will make any difference at all. I'm going to give you the parcels that you would have found by exploring those 3 rooms. And let's see. You find a +1 composite longbow. There's a masterwork chain shirt. There is 1 efficient quiver. There are 8 searing arrows. And
Are you putting this in the party sheet?
they are going into the party sheet. And you find a key to the prison that is made from a black soul shard.
So would that have gotten us through that door earlier?
Yes. I do believe it would have.
So new question: if that's where that staircase over there leads to that like dead end room, and then we come back down, it's all just dead ends again. It seems. How would we get to the side that we're on now? Do we have to go outside the prison, walk around to the north, find that, get in there somehow, and dimension door through the bars?
You know, I'm thinking dimension door. Now you see why I was bitching about the map.
Yeah.
You do want to look at the prison key.
We look at the prison key.
And let's see. You also did find 2 wands of scorching rays with 3 charges each.
So, if we were to assume, going out on a limb here, that the chain shirt, bow, and quiver belong to Kilvada because she's a hunter, right? Like Nestor. Then, if that gear is brought in from the material plane, is it still considered Dreamland's gear? Because it's not native to the Dreamlands, isn't it? Right? It appeared before the Dreamlands. Or is the idea that because we're entering through the ritual, no matter where it originated from, we can't take anything back? I'm kind of confused.
You know, that would be Calvetta's. Cause she, yeah, and And what the hell was the other one? Arrows.
Anybody object to me taking those bracers of armor that I didn't realize we had?
Why do you want them?
Would they not improve my armor class?
No, because you already have a chain shirt that he already gives you +4 armor.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, so that I'm figuring that, you know, pretty much they use dimension doors just due to the number of scrolls that you've encountered to get back and forth to that side of the prison.
Sorry, repeat that?
I'm figuring they use the dimension doors just due to the sheer number of scrolls that you found so far.
We only found 3. I'm not sure you'd call that a sheer number of scrolls.
Now, you know, it's an odd number to find at a prison.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but we have to use 1 dimension door to get in. I don't know if you mentioned there's a locking mechanism, but we might need another one to get out. And then we need another one to get in from the north side. So there's the 3 burned right there. And if there's anything else that requires it, or anything goes wrong, we're now out. I assumed we got extras in case we needed to come back or something, but...
Well, you know, to escape the prison, truly all you need to do is wake up.
Well, we're here for the Yellow King, right?
Right.
So, how are we getting him back? Because he can't just wake up. Is that a question that I was awkward and I shouldn't have asked?
No, the Yellow King might have different means of transportation. You know, you'll cross that bridge when you come to it.
Like we did that bridge over there on the first map, the ground floor.
Yes.
Okay, well, since this is apparently space and time have mutated to arrange this in a different manner or something, let's just go with it. I'll go back down and I'll try to cajole Diani, you know, and say, look, and I'll even, I want to do something. Let me check on something. I'm kind of curious about this, given what she was saying as a scholar of the old ones and all that. Did you unload all of the modules or something? Why do none of the modules... Oh, none of them are loaded now. Thanks, Wincham. You unloaded everything for us.
No, that just happens. Because, like, every time I go to look at them, I have to reload.
I've never had to do that before.
I haven't touched them. That may be some time-saving device.
I'm gonna go there and utter that phrase. I don't know if anyone... Does anyone... I don't know if... I would know if, at this point if anyone in the party can understand me. Does anyone else in the party understand me?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Does she give any kind of glimmer of recognition? I'll do a sense motive if I need to.
You're talking about the blonde Deanna. And let's see. No, she does not.
Man, what kind of self-respecting scholar of otherworldly beings doesn't speak Aklo? Wow.
Are you saying that out loud?
I'll say it in Aklo, yes. So apparently you still can't understand me.
Ha! And she replies back in an unknown language.
And, I will cast a
Does
spell.
Eric understand that language?
No.
Oh my god! It's
And
a
I will
miracle.
cast a spell and say, why don't you say that again? And this time I do understand her.
However, you did understand her second sentence in another language.
Now I understand all languages with tongues.
You mean there was only one language that you didn't know?
There's more than one language I don't know. I only know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only know 8 languages by default.
Well, I thought tongues only gives you the ability to understand one language at a time.
I can speak one language at a time.
Okay, so anyway, um, she is not really. I'm sorry, Deanna is not really gung ho about helping you.
I'm just saying, look, we've all made mistakes in the past, and so have you. But there's still a chance to make things right, to set things back on their course. I did it, you can too. All of us have done it here. What's the worst thing that happens? You go and you get killed, and then you get the end you wanted anyway.
She's like, you know, this is my payment for reaping what I sow, and you're not really making any grounds with her. And from down the hall, you hear Calvetta, "I'll help you. You don't have
Shut
to
up!
convince me."
Shut up, bitch.
I'll sigh and say, well, we'll be back later to continue our wonderful discussions. It's always good spending time with you.
Okay. See you later.
Okay, so as we go up the staircases, it seems this is a more familiar place. I would suggest we are literally like over here, and go on,
Nah, go ahead.
and we just basically start off here by me casting haste. 'Cause I don't know about you guys, but I'm not feeling much in the mood for talking right now. Aside from that
Okay.
whole diatribe right there. Different story. Does anyone have any reason to think we should try to talk to the dragon? Because I'm inclined to just kill the bitch.
Not
I
really.
think talking didn't work out so well last time.
Okay, so unless anything's coming towards us, I literally just, cast haste.
Okay, and as a reminder, when you enter this room, you see torture devices filling this large chamber. There's racks and Iron Maidens and spiked chairs and all kinds of things.
And by the way, as I'm getting ready to cast it, I'll suggest that Poppy drink the displacement potion.
Yes, I will do that.
And most of the implements are stained with fresh blood, and you can taste the blood in the air, that coppery taste. And all these torture devices are hooked to this large apparatus up against the wall. And this apparatus has these conical brass horns. You see fluted pipes piercing from the ceiling. There's oily tubes, but it's like it's piping the screams from the torture devices to this machine. And you can still hear this odd, low wailing sound emanating from the machine like a very far away scream.
Okay, but a bunch of these torture devices are still busted up, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So whoever's putting the displacement effect on them should do that.
Yeah, so I assume basically I cast the spell and Poppy drinks the potion, and at that point we're in initiative is my assumption, since the sound of me casting the spell is going to carry up.
Roll for initiative.
So, Eric, were you going to take the displacement also?
I'm casting the spell this round, so I can't really take the displacement this round.
Okay.
Also, I don't know why, but I don't have the untarget option again. Like, sometimes it just isn't there, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to manually untarget people here.
Let me try resharing.
Yeah, that works now. I don't know what you changed, but it works.
All I did was just reshare.
Brilliant!
Oh, I bet you it was locked when I shared it the first time. Then I unlocked it, reshared it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yes, we have. Let's haste. And the bard goes first.
Well, Poppy still needs to roll. Oh, how did Poppy's initiative go down to 0? Shouldn't it be at 8?
I have no idea. Okay, Poppy's at 8.
Excellent. I am going to go ahead and start my bard song. And then I'm just going to move up to the corner there and gesture, Poppy, and basically say, just unleash hell on her. Has she heard this commotion at all? Because I'm now starting to, audibly perform in addition to the spell casting, so I'm guessing she's definitely aware something's going on. Also, can I even see her? Because I'm guessing I can't see anything, because I can only see down that angle right there.
No, you can't see her.
Okay.
You can hear her making noise and so forth. And... oh, yes, she is very aware. And You see her move out into the open. And, she starts to shimmer and she changes into her dragon form.
I never saw that coming. What about you guys?
Oh no, such a surprise.
Ooh, big scary dragon.
I'm shocked.
And she's like, you again?
Um, well, I'm gonna drink my extract to fly, so I have the capability.
I mean, look, Sith,
Yeah.
we don't really want to be wasting rounds here. What is the point of you flying in this? Like, what's the ceiling height here? Like 10 feet, right? 10, 15 feet, maybe something like that.
Yeah, 15.
So
Okay, first of all, I thought the ceiling was higher. I thought it was like 20 or 30 feet.
it's a prison. Why would it be bigger?
I don't know. If she's really a dragon, how is she fitting under a 10-foot ceiling?
She's only 10 by 10. She's a large creature. She's not any bigger than that. So she's basically touching the ceiling right now. It's 10 feet high. If it's 15, then she is like 5 feet, but pretty sure she can reach that, being her size. I'm just saying, this is really good up going.
Downstairs, when we let Sith go up to the ceiling.
You said it was 15 feet, I think.
Yeah, so,
So she's a 10 foot by 10 foot creature, and they were like 5 feet by 5 feet, so they might not have been able to hit him then. She can definitely hit him now.
So I guess I'm just going to hold my action. I'm not going to go charging in there as the alchemist, so I'll just wait until others have moved
Okay,
in there.
can I see her from where I am right now?
yes, you can.
Could Seth see her from right there?
Yes, you would be able to.
Okay, like, Seth, I really think you should just take a 5-foot step up and literally just do a full attack on her from there, from downtown.
A full attack, how far away is she?
I don't know, it's probably going to be like a -4 or 6 or something.
Full attack with my bow?
With your bombs.
My bomb's got a range of 20 feet. But what is that?
Per range increment. What's the actual distance? Target her.
110 feet.
Okay, so if you have a range, you might actually be out of range then. Let's see.
But it's fine. I mean, I can wait to get closer to her.
Well, how about you just delay until after Poppy if it makes you feel better? But remember, Poppy's going to be going after you, so this doesn't actually matter.
That's fine. Like I said, I just need to, before I move up on her, I want her to be engaged like with Poppy or somebody, so that I am not the focus of her.
Well, what I'm saying is that if you move in, Poppy will then move in after you anyway. So she's already going. By the time it's her turn, Poppy's going to be between you and her. It doesn't matter which order.
Oh, okay.
If you go in first and Poppy, or then Poppy and then you. So if you want to delay till after Poppy to make yourself feel better, you can. But that way you can see where Poppy ends up on her move.
So I'll move up to there.
That might be too far.
Well, I'm invisible right now, so hopefully.
Thank God.
She can't totally see me, but I'm still 85 feet away. I mean,
You may want to move
She has
up one more
blind
square.
sense, doesn't
She has
she?
blind sense up to 60 feet.
so like you said though, you guys are going to be moving past me anyway, so that's fine. I'll just go with that.
Well, you should move up another. You should move up till the 80-foot mark and actually throw a bomb.
Well, okay, so I have a movement of 30. This is at 30 to get to 85
You're hasted.
feet.
You have a movement of 60.
Oh, okay, I did not know I was hasted. I have 70.
Yes, that was literally how we started the entire fight
Oh,
by
there
me
it is.
hasting.
Haste. Okay. So okay, well if that's the case, then Let's start this over. Move me back to there.
Okay, how about we just delay till after Poppy, and then if that, so it's easier on you, okay?
No, that's fine. Just move me back to here, and I'll redo my movement. There we go. So I've got a movement of 60.
Is there a
So
reason you're going over there instead of more against the wall or something?
no, that's just where I went. I could go over there too.
Well,
I
my
don't really
concern
care.
is that if we're trying to, if she's going to go towards you, right, you want to avoid her having easy access. So let's say Poppy moves up to there with a double move, right? Poppy
Okay.
has 20 base feet, right? Plus, Poppy, you get
15.
armor training. You get armor training, don't you? So you should be moving at 20 in full plate, right?
Maybe. I feel like that got replaced. But if you give me a minute, I can check.
Looks like you still have it for the armor master archetype. So at level 7, you can move at full speed and heavy armor. Also, aren't you supposed to have DR from armor and stuff?
Yes, I am.
These are tables, right? Do they serve as can they serve as partial cover?
Yes, I would give you that.
So I want to move up as far as I can with my 60 feet, and then
Well,
get partial cover behind the table.
one thing we want to try to do, if possible, is minimize the number of people she can hit with the breath weapon. And what do we know about her breath weapon attack from our earlier knowledge checks?
Wasn't
What's
it a
the,
line?
I think it was a cone.
You know that her breath weapon is a 40-foot cone.
Okay, so if we assume she's trying to breathe on Poppy to start.
So if she moves
Her
forward,
cone would be
and
something like
breathes,
that. So if you're at that spot you're indicating, it looks like you would be safe from that. And if she tried to target from that corner, then that would also seem to fail, right?
right? So I'll move to there, and then we'll go from there. But what's the minus to throw something from 4 times range increment?
So it's the second range increment it's -2. For the third it's -4. From the fourth it's -6. So it's -6.
So I'm going to go to there, and then I'm going to hold my action until it gets closer. Because -6, I don't want to waste bombs.
Her touch AC as a dragon is going to be complete garbage. I mean, if you want to ready an action for her to, like, what range are you expecting her to get within? Because what if she stays where she is and just breathes on Poppy, and then you've wasted your entire turn because she doesn't move up?
Out of character, I will tell you that her touch AC is complete garbage.
Okay, so all right, fine. I'll throw some bombs, I guess.
Okay, so a few things we need to clarify. Right, 1, your headband should be down to 4 int, not 6. Remember, that was one of the, assuming you're using
I know. I'm finding it.
And then you don't have point blank shot for this.
Give me just a second. So there we go. So that means my bomb damage will be +3. No, that's
Sorry.
right. It's +4. Okay.
All you would do is you'd pick one of those 3 skills, and you no longer get the bonus to it. Everything else stays the same, but your headband only gives you 2 additional skills in effect.
I thought it was just a +4 skills instead of +6.
No, it's giving you max ranks in the skills that are relevant. So you said, I want the headband to give me max ranks in Sense Motive, Knowledge Arcana, and Stealth. And the difference between your current ranks and the max ranks for that wound up being like 6, 6, and 4, or whatever it was originally. So now, because your headband's only giving you 4 int instead of 6, you're only gaining 2 new skills. So therefore you picked Sense Motive, Knowledge Arcana, and Stealth, you only get 2 of those instead of all 3. But the bonuses to them are still the same as they were.
So it'll be 6 and 6, or 6 and 4.
Whatever it was originally. You just have to get rid of one of the 3. The numbers involved don't change. I can't see your character sheet, so I don't know what the skill difference is.
Is he attacking or is Poppy good to go?
He's attacking, and the skill part actually doesn't really matter right now unless you're going to use all 3 skills, so you could probably just leave the skills alone if you want for now. Just get rid of point blank shot and then just throw, and then worry about the skills on other people's turns.
I'll turn off the point blank.
Thank you. So it's going to be a -4 at this range, or -6? -6. $17, $14 don't hit.
You're not doing that as a touch attack.
Because I used the weapon attack, not the stupid spell effect.
The 14 does not because it was an automatic miss. The 17 does hit.
He doesn't. He's not full attacking. All he gets is the first throw.
Oh,
So
well.
on his first throw, he rolled
okay,
a
yeah.
1. So regardless of the modifier, it misses.
Yeah, missed by a mile.
And then you would, though. I mean, it might do splash damage, right? Could do splash damage.
Well, no, because it's going to be 4 squares away because of it's
Okay.
times the range increment.
Fair enough. Okay, so then you should also remove the invisible buff now, because you no longer have that.
Right.
Alright, Poppy, what do you want to do? Charge?
I'm guessing, and you don't have to say anything about this, but from general knowledge of dragons, being low dex and big, which means they get like sometimes even negative dexterity modifiers, especially as they get bigger, and minus to touch AC from being bigger, and natural armor, which does not affect touch AC, I'm guessing that with a 13, he literally can't miss except on a 1. Because, I mean, even on, for me, he'd only miss on like a 2 or less. You don't have to confirm or deny that, but that's my speculation.
Okay, Poppy.
Well, I'm gonna take that move that is already marked out. And attack-wise, there's not really a whole lot I can do from here, so I'm just gonna plant my hammer and shout, "Hey, ugly, ready for round 2?
Ah, 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 ah.
Bravo. Going to keep performing, so I check that off. And I am going to have that wand of searing light. And searing light, what is the range in searing light? Medium to 100 feet plus 10 feet per level. So I think this is gonna be enough from this distance. So 105 feet, and I can target like what 200 out because it's Logaster level 10, right?
Yep.
Okay, so why did it just do 2? Does it allow caster level check? It does allow a caster level check. Oh, sorry, spell resistance. So I did hit, and I did manage to beat her spell resistance. So therefore, it deals 5d8 damage. Should tickle her a bit. How does she respond?
Initially, she roars in pain. And that's 30. And
Is she moving past
Poppy,
like that?
she is moving past you, so you get to take an attack of opportunity, brother.
Well, this is unexpected. Wait, remind me, do I have the option of activating power attack before I take an
Yes.
attack of opportunity? And I'm doing...
And you're using the Bastard Sword evil against an evil creature, I believe, is the current setup, right?
Actually, yes I am. Thank you for reminding me. Okay.
Hurrah. Wait a second. That does not seem right.
Oh, now what?
Well, I'm guessing that your Sunblade has more than a +7, with a +6 of that being from power attack to start. And you should be under Inspire Courage as well, so that should be another
You know
+2.
what? I should have picked up on this more when trying to click the icon for power attack didn't work. The poppy that is on the combat tractor is not the one that my character sheet is attached to.
Nice. Okay, so Inspire Courage. Okay.
Sorry.
Is that the new Poppy? Okay. This Poppy
Okay.
has Inspire Courage.
Poppy
and
does not have a new
haste.
token yet. Poppy has...
And haste and heroism. And should have total concealment as well from Sith. And presumably is not dead.
Right, well I think Sith has to actually put total concealment back on me.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, so I need to put that back on you?
Yep,
Yeah.
new token.
Okay,
That
give
was
me
the
just a
old
second.
Poppy. This is the new Poppy.
Alright, let's... Assuming I even still hit. Let's try that damage roll again. So, before I roll that, the 31 I rolled would have been -3, so 20...
It's -3, but then
8.
it's +2 from Inspired Courage, +1 from Haste, +2 from Heroism. So it's
Oh, so
actually,
what
it's
is
actually
the...
a 33, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, that hit.
That's a lot more
Much
solid.
better. So what is Psycho Dragon Lady gonna do now? There's too many cones.
Am I reading that right? That it does hit both of you?
I mean, I'm behind a wall. Isn't it
That
40 feet, not 45? I think. Let's see. So if it's actually set to 40 feet,
yeah, there
then I
were
think it
40.
I think the tip of it
Yeah.
has to end on an
It
intersection
would
of squares, right?
it would miss you.
So basically, that would be an option, but I'm not sure that hits me. So I'm 45 feet from her, according to it. So I'm not sure there's a way it can hit me. Though actually, let's see. If you did it there, let's check.
You know what? Let's make this easy. I'll just shoot the other way, and I know for sure that we do hit Poppy.
Okay.
And let's target Poppy. And let's see. Oh, seriously, her?
I'm guessing displacement does not save me from this.
Nope. It's because she's not actually targeting you. She's just throwing it in your general vicinity.
And
Maybe I can pass my reflex save.
yes, go ahead and make your reflex save. And I'm trying to find out what the hell that is.
Fat chance.
Ah, there we go. And no, you do not make your reflex save.
You don't say.
And you take 48 points of damage.
Ow.
Okay, now he's within range. So I'm going to use my rapid shot.
You're also in point blank range.
Yeah, I got to put point blank back on. And then I'll use rapid shot.
Breath weapons 1d4 to recharge, right?
Normally.
Yeah.
So bomb number 1 hits, and then bomb number 2 is at -5, right?
Correct. Okay, so far we have the first attack, which hit. We have the iterate attack, which crit. We have the rapid shot, which hit, and you also get a hasted attack. Which hits. So we start off with 4. Why don't you start doing 3 hits, which is the hits you actually have, and then we need to work out the crit. Oh, that was pitiful. Whoa, hang on. Can you undo that damage, Wintermute? You need to use the weapon damage.
Yep.
That's nicer. Okay, so then for the crit, I think everything but the extra damage, the multiple dice is multiplied, right? Let's see. Bombs.
Yeah, it's the first dice on bomb damage for crits.
So, can you roll a d6, Seth?
A d6?
Yeah, just a random d6. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so you would get the 9 damage doubled in addition to the 1 from the first bomb, so it's plus 10, so you could put a plus 10 in the modifier box and then roll again. I think that would be correct. Does that sound correct to you, Wintermute?
Yep, I'll go with it.
So I just roll regular damage now?
With a plus 10 in the modifier box. And
Like
then
that.
she now has 46 acid on her.
46 acid?
Mm-hmm.
Two d6s.
You can't just hit it twice because it'll say it's already on her.
Oh.
That's why we had the other type set up in the first place.
Well, I have a 1, a 2, and a 3 set up. I didn't have a 4. I guess I can.
So we
do
should
it.
have done a 1 and a 3.
Oh my god. Okay. so remove those effects.
Okay, what am I?
The 2d6 acid should be removed.
Got
It's
it.
going to put a 1 and a 3 on.
There.
Okay.
So you got a 1 and a 3 on them. I mark off 4 bombs. And I'm going to take a 5-foot step.
Hey, Poppy, you are dripping in acid, ma'am. You are feeling the burn.
I'm not sure you should take a 5-foot step there, Sith. And here's why. If you do that and she comes after me, which I'm going to try to taunt her to do, you need to be able to get into that square to see around the corner to the right. So if you 5-foot step away, you now can no longer 5-foot step into that square and hurl it around the corner, right? Because if she decides to come after me, you want that line of sight over there, right?
That is true. Can I take that 5-foot step back?
Because either way, she can't 5-foot step and full
Thanks.
attack you anyway, so.
Oh, okay.
Also, does she have reach?
I'm sure she does.
Because if so, she might get an attack of opportunity on Poppy as Poppy moves in.
No, she does not.
Okay.
But I am fairly certain I'm about to eat a full attack.
Eric.
Going to move over there and trigger the wand again and say, "Hey, ugly, bet you can't come and get me." Nightmare Dragon, ha! And I hit her for another bolt of Syrian light. The darkness banishes the nightmares. And I am still continuing my guard song. Man, that was a pretty pathetic 3d6 right there. It was either a total of 5 or a total of 4. Both are pretty bad.
That's a lot of sadness.
And Poppy.
All of it.
Just ate it.
And they all hit even with displacement, except for the one that was an automatic miss. That is some bullshit.
Okay, everything hit except a bite.
Wait, there should be 2 misses there, aren't there?
Okay, the bite missed and a wing missed. Good call. So Poppy takes 2 claws, 1 wing, and a tail slap for added insult.
Oh, pain.
And presumably
Pain and
Poppy's
suffering.
actually half a square down to the bottom left, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm considering her. And damn it, Poppy is still standing.
Okay, she's kind enough not to move for me, so I'll do the same thing. I still got rapid shot on, still got point blank. So, 1.
Alright, bro, I'm gone.
And 1 and 1. So, 4 more hits.
Let's do it one at a time, because she may actually fall down mid here, we'll see.
Right. 1,
There's 1.
2.
There you go, you only needed 2, see?
Hey, we made it.
And I'll just point out that here's what I'm discovering in like the Monday game I have with the party's also level 9. This is we're only halfway into round 3, right? And Poppy's nearly dead. And Poppy is a character with high hit points, high AC, damage reduction, right, and high con. So shit gets really lethal. You really need to be able to do stuff fast, or it's too late.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you used a total of 7 bombs there, right?
Should have been, yeah, 7 bombs.
So you have another 6 left?
6 left, yes.
Did you take the extra bombs as a feat? I thought you took the extra bombs or something.
Let me see here. Yeah, I got extra bombs.
So shouldn't you be at, like, isn't that 2 extra bombs? Or how many extra bombs is that?
It's 2.
So shouldn't you be at 15 total then?
Let me check.
Also, Wintermute, if he has the headband in the Dream Band, and if he has the headband in the Dreamlands, does the headband increase his bombs per day in the Dreamlands only?
Yes, only in the Dreamlands.
Okay, so you can effectively uncheck 2 of those because they were provided by your headband.
Oh, yeah.
So you should still have, I think, 10 bombs left then as a result. So
And you're right, it is 15.
okay. As the last grenade hits her in the face, she collapses in a draconic roar. Hurrah.
Did I mention earlier that, last week, well, shit, it was Monday night, I almost killed an alchemist and only missed by 4 hit points?
I remember
You know,
that.
that'd be a lot more menacing if last session you hadn't killed everyone but the alchemist. So,
Hey, but I had killed him before I killed you all.
This is a true statement.
As I tell people, it was not a TPK, but I killed the party.
Technically, you've already done that anyway, so.
Absolutely. Okay, gentlemen, this is a really good stopping point.
alright.
And let's see, right now, I guess, Sheer, did you say you were able to play on the 23rd?
23rd, I cannot.
23rd, you cannot. Okay, so I'll just send out an email with the next game date.
Okay. And Poppy, you are now at full health if you want to just put yourself there. I've checked off the Dreamland charges on the wand.
Cool beans.
And gentlemen, you all have a fantastic holiday.
Holidays, sir. More than
Yeah,
one.
you too.
Absolutely. And we'll see you all soon.
Alright,
All
see
right.
you.
Bye.
It went to me. I'll see you next year.
Yes, absolutely, I think.
User disconnected from your channel.
They pieced pretty fast there.
Yeah. That they did. Oh, shit.
I'm sorry if I seem like I'm being too controlling or whatever right now. I don't know if that's the thing, if they complain to you about that, if they think I'm overreaching. It's just very frustrating when I'm playing like a support character, right? Where it's like I multiply the power of everyone else. Like they all had, like what did I say? They had like 5 extra AB and 2 extra damage and 1 extra AC and like 2 to most saves, 3 to some, right?
Yeah.
But that relies on them actually doing something with it, right? That's the catch. And of course, there's this particular fill, right? If I get into melee, then I mean I could try having displacement, but she has a fairly good chance of literally killing me in a single round, you know?
Yes, she does.
Poppy has like 50% more hit points in DR.
And you couldn't have given me one more damn hit on Poppy.
You know, let's be fair here. You lucked out on getting as many hits as you did, because you know we know what the attack bonus is, what, like in the 20 to 22 range, and you rolled like 15 or above and like all of those freaking hits, and then you beat the 50% miss chance on top of that. So, in fact, the 50% concealment literally did nothing, right? Because there's an automatic miss and one that missed him anyway due to AC. So the concealment didn't even do jack shit.
No kidding. That was a good warm-up.
Yeah.
I'm DMing Tomb of Annihilation on Sunday mornings, and I threw 15 fucking goblins at the party last week. It was a great fight. But, just one or two more dice rolls, and, well, fuck it. This week I'm throwing 3 frost giants at them. Can't wait.
What level are they?
They are 3rd level, and this is a random encounter straight out of the book.
3
Now,
frost giants, like 3 CR9 frost giants, aka CR12 total encounter.
uh,
Just to make sure I'm understanding this.
their guide is a CR6. They have 2 NPCs with them that are, if they're both not 9, they're 8 and 9. So,
So each of the PCs, in theory, can take on a frost giant fairly well. Each of those 2 NPCs. That still leaves the 3rd frost giant, who still seems like he'd probably be stronger than the CR like 6 plus the party. So
well,
I'm
hey.
saying, like, from the numbers at least, it sounds like the odds are literally against the party here, even with all the PCs, and that's assuming just by straight CR calculations. Not getting into the fact that like the giant can one-shot probably them with a decent roll.
Yes, this one, the cleric learned week before last, don't fuck with the dinosaur.
Oh boy.
But if you haven't read Tomb of Annihilation, it's an updated rework of Tomb of Horrors from back in the day. And man, the entire thing it's a meat grinder for characters. And
Gotcha.
I've come close to killing them, but I haven't killed any of them permanently. And there's this curse that is affecting anybody that's dying or anybody that has been raised from the dead. You lose 1 hit point off your max hit dice per day. And if you're dead, you're dead. So I'm taking out a couple of the powerful NPCs tomorrow, as well as a couple of the characters. Enjoy it, guys.
Yes, it's funny you say that though, because the Monday night group has been fighting frost giants for the last like 2 weeks, and they're starting with a battle of the frost giant Jarl, who's CR11, who's like a frost giant with 2 fighter levels, and his rage demon ally. And the rage demon can literally paralyze the entire party if they fail their will saves, and then they probably get massacred after that. So it honestly, it's a part of saying, hey guys, just so you're aware, right? And I literally made a forum thread on the Pathfinder forums and said, hey, is it unfair to throw this CR11 at this, level 9 party, right? Because according to the numbers, at least, it's a CR11 versus a party whose combined CR, right, is 14. So, right, because it's 6 level 9s, which is effectively CR14. So it's a CR14 versus the CR11. Even with the Frost Giant Jarl, it's technically 14 versus 13, so the party's still favored to win, but it's a lot closer, right? But the problem is that specific spell, which, because if the PCs were 1 level higher, they wouldn't be getting paralyzed, but they aren't. So really, it just kind of comes down to saying, look, some of the advice I've gotten, right, is saying don't nerf the players. May use more powerful monsters. When you use more powerful monsters, this shit happens because there's some things in the game, right, that are assuming that the players and monsters are similar levels, right? Because now you have I can't just say use a CR plus 8 monster against the party, because then that monster might say you have this spell that instantly kills anyone who's at least 5 levels lower than you. Well, if the party's 6 levels below the monster, hey, they all die, right? But normally that would never come into a play, if the monster is only like 2 to 3 levels higher than the PC's max. So that kind of shit's what, happened. So it's going to be like, look, guys, this, I specifically was told by the Pathfinder community, right, that this is what's expected at high levels, right? Because you can kill the demon in one round, especially with the paladin smiting archer, it's quote unquote fair to expect the demon to be able to kill you in round if you don't prepare. And they knew that there was a demon, and they even got further information that we figured out it was a rage demon, and they know it has a paralyzing blasphemy spell. And they have not taken any countermeasures to try to avoid paralysis.
Then hit him with it.
It's like, guys, like, here's the thing. I don't like this encounter, but I am told this is what encounters should be like, right? So I'm inclined to say I'm going to start tweaking some of the rules of the game, right, a little bit. Try to tone down the lethality so it's not quite, you have to kill them in 3 rounds or you're dead. Or vice versa, right? But, like, this is the alternative, right? Here's how the game, quote-unquote, should be played. So if you don't enjoy the party getting paralyzed and wiped out because you guys failed the saves and didn't prepare for it, right, even though you had advance warning, then that's why I'm changing it. Like, take your pick. I'll run encounters like this if you want, but I don't think you're going to enjoy them, and I don't really enjoy them, in all fairness.